Your CRM is a mess. Dead contacts, missing phone numbers, invalid emails. It's costing your sales teams hours of wasted time. But in the next few minutes, I'll show you how to automate CRM cleanup and add more than $100,000 to your sales pipeline in just 3 hours. I'm Oriol, I'm the founder of The Conversion Architects, and we help B2B companies automate their sales flows. Our clients include LiveSwitch, Turnkey Lender, and Feedly, and we've implemented over 5,000 clay tables, sent more than 1 million cold emails, and saved sales teams thousands of hours. This method works, and I'm going to break it down step by step. Problem is that your reps are using CRM data that is no longer usable. People change their emails, phone numbers, and even jobs they work in, right, over time. And the email that your reps are using or the phone numbers they're using to call are no longer usable. They're just calling dead numbers. You actually have to solve this by automatically cleaning and enriching your CRM with up-to-date data, so that at the very least, your reps are sending emails to real inboxes, they're calling real people, and in essence, their chances of increasing deals or chances of closing deals really skyrockets. Now, this is how you do it. So you have two options. You can basically hire someone to do it manually and spend hours and hours and thousands of dollars to do it, or you can just build an automated system to take care of all of it for you. I prefer option number 2, so that's what I'm going to show you in this quick video. So you're going to use a tool called Clay, and it's basically a platform that allows you to import data from different sources and enrich it with 100 different plus data providers, upload the data back into the CRM, and a lot more. It's super simple to use. It's a bit overwhelming at first, but that's why I'm here teaching you exactly how to do it step by step. So step 1, you're going to create a new Clay table. So this is how Clay looks when you create a new table, and you go create and then table. Super simple, exactly how it shows in here. Now, step 2, you import data from your Salesforce list or report or HubSpot objects. So you have data in your Salesforce that you have in a list you want to clean up automatically, and you just basically import it. So once you click on create new table, it's going to show you a pop-up. What you want to do, you search Salesforce or you search HubSpot. In the pop-up menu, it appears, and you'll basically be able to import the leads from a list on Salesforce or objects on HubSpot. As simple as that. You just got to select and connect your CRM to the Clay, which is super simple. I'm not going to go over this here, but this is what you get. You get all the data then in a column here. So I'm going to show you how I did it as well here. So we imported all the data here from HubSpot, and we get all the objects here straight away here. So we got all the people here, right? So if we click here, if we click on each of the fields, a pop-up appears with more properties and more things that we can add here. So we can add each of these as a column. We click add as a column, and we can add it as a column into the Clay table, okay? Now, if you need more data than this, you can do what's called a lookup enrichment. So you go back into Clay. So you go up here on the top right, add enrichment, and then you write lookup. And then you look up, in this case, an object on HubSpot, or if it's Salesforce, you look up a record. You import it, you say, so when you click here, it's going to allow you to do a lookup, and you say object type, what do you want to look for? So in this case, it's a contact. Awesome. And then you want to say, in this case, you don't have an ID unless you retrieved an ID already from here, but you can map the contact email address or the ID you got from here in your case. So your CRM admin will probably know how to do this, but you map the object ID with the column with where it is in here, and you get a lot more information. And again, you'll get like a similar column build here with like fields that you can click on it, and you can, map all this new data that you got as columns into this Clay table. So it's very similar to how Excel looks in terms of tables in Clay. Awesome. So we've got this now. Let's see the next step. So the next step is scrolling down a little bit. My computer is a bit slow, so I got to change it soon. Blah, blah, blah. So we got to validate and enrich the data. Okay, so in this video, I'll show you how to do it for email addresses. Otherwise, this is going to be like 40 minutes long, and nobody wants to watch a 40-minute long video. But I'm going to show you how to do it for email addresses. You can do exactly the same for phone numbers. You can do it using AI, for example, to check if someone's already in the same job or not, and things like that. Okay, so that gets done automatically once you set it up the first time. Okay, so to validate the emails you got and mapped, let's go back into Clay. We add what's called add enrichment again, and we click validate. We type in validate, and then we have all these different providers we can use to validate. Okay, so all these different providers. We select the one that we prefer. Okay, and we use that one to validate. So as you see, I've done it here. and I validate all the email addresses, and then the valid email addresses come out here, okay? As simple as that. Now, awesome, we've got this. Now, if we want to find the emails that were not valid, so, all these emails, for example, were not valid, we didn't get any data here, we simply add another enrichment, and we type in work email. And then we select any other of the providers here that Clay has access to find a work email. Alternatively, what can do what's called a waterfall. And a waterfall is when you have a provider that's giving you emails, you put them all in a sequence like I've done here. And then what Clay does is it searches for the email with the first provider you put in the list. If it cannot find it, it searches with the second one, then the third one, and so on until it exhausts all the list. It only charges you money once it finds a right email, because the way Clay works in credits, and you spend credits every single time. Now, once you run a few of these tables and you see which ones are the best for you, so like, hey, I see these two providers are the best for me, you can just go and buy the subscription, connect the API through Clay, and it's much, much cheaper as well to find literally thousands and thousands of emails at the same time. So in this case, you would have to go to the very right of the table, add a column, waterfall, you basically add action, and then search each of the providers here to find for you. Or alternatively, Clay already has pre-built workflows for waterfalls for you. So work email, and then when it's here, waterfall, as you see, when you select here work email, then it creates it for you with the best providers already. Super simple. You just got to map the data like a full name and map it to the column where the full name is of the person and all that, right? So it finds the emails for you. Awesome. So we found the email, we validated the emails, and we found the emails. When you do a waterfall like this as well, it's also gonna do a validation as well inside, embedded into the waterfall. So you need to run another validation enrichment on top of that. So the emails that are gonna come out from here are gonna be fully valid already for you. Awesome. So that's what I explained in this document. I'm going to paste this document, the link at the bottom of this video, so you can go and check it out, little by little, and how to do this. So you can just follow it at your own pace, at your own time. So at your own time. So here I explained about waterfalls. Awesome. So it's what we did now. And then once we have these, we got to validate the emails, which are embedded inside of the waterfall. But if not, you can add another enrichment to validate what I just explained now. And then we got to update everything back into the CRM. So again, you can do this for emails. So you would be able to find enrichments to find, emails like phone numbers. So if you go into Clay, you'll be able to add enrichment and do the same. So phone number, and then do exactly the same. So find phone numbers for everyone and all that. Once you have all that, you got to update all the data back into the CRM. So you literally go into add enrichment on the top right again, and then say update. And then if you use HubSpot, update object. If you're using any other sales engagement platform, you can update prospects directly into like Outreach, Gong, Salesloft, or any other of these. Or you can also update the record back into Salesforce. So I'm using HubSpot in this example. So we just click here, and then we say object type. It is a contact that we're trying to update back into HubSpot. We map the HubSpot object ID that we got from the first column that we got in the import, or if we did a lookup initially to find more information, we map it there. And then we basically map all the values that we found. So we say, hey, we just found an email. We do a /, and then we say, we map it to the actual column in here in Clay where we found the work emails. Okay, so work email, whatever. Awesome. So we map everything. If we did more stuff like, just find phone numbers and all that stuff, we map everything here. And at the very bottom, then we save and we run. Okay, the way this is going to look at the end is it's going to be fully automated, as long as this option at the bottom right of the table is set to auto update. This basically means that it's going to automatically update anything. So as soon as new records are added into your HubSpot or Salesforce list that you've imported here, Clay is automatically going to fetch that data. It's going to use all the enrichments to clean it up, validate the work emails, validate the phone numbers, find the missing emails, find the missing phone numbers. And then with that last enrichment, it's going to upload everything back into HubSpot or Salesforce for you. This means that, if you have like 50,000 records on your CRM, you can clean them all up. You can build this table in literally less than 3 hours. I did it now in literally 5 minutes. So literally less than 3 hours. and then it's going to automatically upload everything back into HubSpot. You don't need anyone else dedicated doing this. You just need to do it once and set it, and let it like run forever kind of thing. And your reps always going to have up-to-date data that they can use for their outreach. So do not waste time. Awesome. So that's everything. Literally too long didn't read. Just to recap a little bit. So we first create a new table. We then import the data from Salesforce or from a HubSpot list or object. We then look up into the contacts or account with retrieved ID or an email address if we don't have the ID in that case, to find more data that we have in the CRM if we need it, if we didn't have enough data from the initial import. We then use what's called an enrichment on the top right of Clay, if you remember. So going back into Clay really quickly, top right, add enrichment, and then we write in validate email or validate phone number or whatever. It's going to validate it for us. For the ones that are not valid, we are going to find with a work email enrichment or waterfall, which is a sequence of enrichments that are just going to run in a sequence until it finds the right email and only charge you for the right one. And then we have all this new data. We upload all this new data with a final enrichment that's called an update into HubSpot or Salesforce or any other CRM that you guys use back into your CRM. This is going to do it automatically alone. Okay, so this is the Clay table I built as well. I'm going to paste all this at the bottom of the video so you guys can use it directly. You don't need to spend time building it as well. If you want us to build more workflows like this, just book a call. You'll be able to do it from the Gamma doc, so the document that I'm going to share with this video as well. But apart from this, I hope this is useful. So apply it step by step. You'll see how you can actually add more than $100,000 to your sales pipeline in less than 3 hours, because your reps are going to actually have data that's good, reach out good people, and have meaningful conversations that lead to sales. Take care. Bye-bye.